Hello, my name is Nicole Carson Bonilla and I am not a gourmet chef, but I am a busy mother of 6. This is my favorite granola bar recipe that I adapted from detoxinista.com. It's gluten-free, dairy-free, vegan-friendly, paleo-friendly, and keto-friendly, and of course, husband, kid, and mom-friendly. I am all about efficiency in the kitchen, so instead of making a smaller batch for an 8 by 8 inch glass dish, I've quadrupled the recipe to be able to fill a cookie sheet, which means less time I'm spending in the kitchen. I like to buy the giant boxes of oats from Sam's Club. In case you're wondering what the difference is between old-fashioned and quick oats, they're basically the same thing. The quick oats are simply cut into smaller pieces so they cook faster. I prefer using the smaller quick oats because they are more firm when cutting the granola bars. I begin by scooping 8 cups of oats into a large mixing bowl. Then I add 1 cup of unsweetened coconut. I prefer unsweetened coconut to reduce the overall sugar content of the granola bars. Then I measure 2 cups of any combination of honey and maple syrup. You could use all of one or the other. These natural sweeteners are less harmful than white sugar and have added nutritional value. I'm first pouring in 1 cup of maple syrup and then 1 cup of honey. Then I pour the mixture into a medium-sized saucepan over high heat. Once it comes to a light boil, I allow it to simmer for about 1 minute. While the liquid is heating up, I measure out 2 cups of nut butter. My favorites are natural peanut and almond butter without any added sugar. You can use one or the other or both. I'm using 1 cup of each. After 1 minute of simmering, I remove the saucepan from the stove and pour in the nut butter and begin stirring. Heating up the liquid first makes it much easier for the nut butter to dissolve and become smooth and creamy. Then I pour the liquid into the bowl of oats and begin stirring. This requires a little bit of elbow grease to make sure all the oats have been coated. Then I stir in 2 cups of raisins. They are one of my favorite snacks because they are naturally sweet and add moisture and an interesting texture. I don't add the chocolate chips yet because the mixture is still too warm. While it's cooling down, I prepare my cookie sheet. I cut a piece of parchment paper that is long enough to cover the length of the pan and to overlap when both ends are folded in over the granola mixture. Then I dump the entire bowl onto the cookie sheet and begin to loosely spread it around with my spatula. Now it's time to add some chocolate happiness. I buy these Good Life mini semi-sweet chocolate chips. They're sweetened with cane sugar versus processed sugar and other organic ingredients. This makes me think they're slightly healthier. I sprinkle the mini chocolate chips right out of the bag onto the mixture until I feel like I have enough. Can you ever really have enough? With my spatula, I start pressing the mixture into the pan. Once it's fairly flat with the spatula, I fold in the ends of the parchment paper and begin pressing it by hand. The firmer you press the mixture, the less crumbly the granola bars will be when you cut them. I make sure to press firmly all the way to the edges. Since the mixture is still slightly warm, the chocolate chips will melt a little, but I find that actually helps the bars hold their shape once cooled. It works best to chill the pressed mixture before trying to cut it into bars. It takes about 30 minutes in the freezer or a couple of hours in the fridge before it's ready. The parchment paper lining makes it very easy to lift the bars out of the pan and makes cleanup a snap. I use a large knife to cut the granola bars into roughly 1-inch strips on the short edge. Then I cut them into thirds on the long edge. This makes a convenient, typical granola bar size. Then I store them in disposable plastic containers. I can't say how long they will stay good in the fridge because they never last more than a few weeks, but I'm sure they would be good for up to a month, and you could also freeze them for several months. This batch makes 51 servings and each bar is roughly 150 calories. I did a cost analysis and each bar costs roughly 21 cents each. Now, I'm not going to judge, but it's up to you whether or not you want to keep these in your secret mom stash or if you want to share them with your family. But either way, you can feel confident knowing that you have a convenient and healthy snack that everyone's going to love. And if you like this video, please do me a quick favor and click the like and subscribe buttons below.